Acre. Oh.
Hello, my beautiful gamers. Welcome back to History According to Doodle Empires, your favorite show. Where last time we left off here, let's see, the world was left in a sordid state. We had Rolanio had a big showing last time. They did at the end switch to a peaceful ruler, so we'll see if they get out of this funk, or if they're just kind of going to be stuck like this for a fat while. Meanwhile, I think Serendipity had a good showing. Yeah, okay, never mind. It's always a little yes, a little no. What is Sorry, they have a weird exclave. Anyways, we also saw the rise of Hirachi. They went from I want to say 5 pixels on the screen to blowing up. They were this Del Taco country as well. And then they kind of had a little bit of a split. It was very sad to see. But also shout out Jibth. Not much to say, but shout out. And besides that, I think we're ready to start. I think those are the main countries to keep an eye on. And so with that being said, let's get right into it. Ordros. Down here, they used to be a bit more prominent, but, nothing changes. Poland up here, they're going to get a union with, I think it's got to be Utrecht. The Chuds, no one wants to unite with the Chuds. Come on. They're a little stinky. Their capital is called Mianas, shall we say. Primitivia, all the way out here, they get a nice medium expand that's very respectful. I want to say they don't focus on the Kushites. I think they'll strive for this little unclaimed land here, and then maybe go out to the coast, take it from Corvusalia. Yeah, the Somal. Are they the only Somal? They are. They're the last Somal follower left in Africa. The rest of them are in Europe. Oh, woof. Urea. Origin diverged. Ooh, they're not Lago anymore. That's what I'd assume they are. Teorum out here living it up in Old York. They are gonna get a medium expand. I think the natural flow would be to the river at the very least, and then down here to the delta. That's what I would personally do if I were in charge, which I am, kind of. Sealand, our beautiful northern conqueror, they're gonna, maybe somehow through the waterways and whatever, Lumerism finally expands for once in the past few episodes instead of shrinking over and over. Lascarit, our beautiful North American realm, they get a beautiful medium expand. So let's see him go there. I don't really want, I want to try to avoid following modern borders here. So we're just going to have them flow down the rivers and such. Neocaria, finally going to do something cool. Oh, maybe. I'll have him go into the unclaimed land. I think that's a safer bet than just going for Conpa Lake. Portugal, just regular old Portugal down in West Africa. Luraid, medium migration. I guess they're getting out of the Yemen area, and we're just gonna have them go full on Oman pilled, and also a bit of ooh, I know this one. UAE's right here. Kuwait's here, so it's whatever that third option is. Jean, I guess they live on as probably a pixel or two there. It doesn't matter. New leader, Lesbanon, just out here in the middle. I guess they'll just maul whoever that was to death. Ooh, sorry, I don't remember. And maybe they take Arieth. Let's see, did they? No, maybe it has to update. Maybe it needs a turn to update. Bithynia, they get a large migration. I want to say they push into this mega empire here. They push back. Oh yeah. Oh, they're truly going mega. It's a large. It's not. There's no such thing as a mega migration, but if there ever was, I think it might have been that. Bo is meeting their match here. The Grand Horde, not so grand these days, but hopefully, okay, small migration, whatever. Let's have the Horde just take up that area. Have a bit more of a uniform boundary. Neo Ishinor, our lovely, gets a new leader. Who cares? Daffodr, a large expand, beautiful. I am gonna see Daffodr come in on this moment of weakness that Hirachi is experiencing and just rip him up. They take the cape. Hirachi once again on its last legs. The Desparians, can they? Ooh, never mind. They split. I didn't even have time to ask my question of do they do anything cool or not. No, they just die. But we will see the requested nation of Polska. Shout out one more Poland on the map. Why not? When does a world truly have enough of Poland? That's my question for you. And they will get Neocaria. Of course. Tell me how else it could make sense. Daffodr finishing off Hirachi. They cannot come back. They made sure to burn that zombie. Castania, our beautiful kingdom in the mountains, is a kingdom no longer. And we see, who should I pick here? Nymeria. The beautiful Nymeria. I think Nymeria would have like a... Sure, let's go with that color. Nymeria up here in the most mountainy of mountain parts. Just like that. Portugal. Small expand. Let's see him finish the coast. And, maybe that land isn't so bad. And I guess just try to consolidate with... I guess, yeah, be the one Kushite kingdom there. And they do have this pixel missing, I just noticed, but c'est la vie. Rolanio. This is their time to shine. And by shine, I mean not get a split. So, they didn't really understand that part, but it's too late now. And you know what? I'll use this suggestion because it's historically... accurate, and it is in this location. Stalingrad. Oops, I mixed up those letters. Let's give them. I feel like they have to be a bit more red, and so we'll start them off down here. Give them the Caspian to Black Sea land corridor thingy. The steppe, one might say. And I guess we'll just hand him over Ukraine territory more so. And it's going to be like an east-west split. There we go. And they have a zealous. Ooh. Things could get interesting. Polska, medium expand. And they're part of the great tradition, the great Samal tradition of fighting over absolutely worthless territory. And so they're gonna engage in such behavior, not before Neocaria gets that large expand. And so we're gonna see them retake Mogadishu, retake Karap. Oh my gosh, is this the episode? Holy cannoli. Frog, on the other hand, they get a large expand. That's cool for them. I won't discount that. But sorry, we just saw Neocaria do something. What? Like, I don't know if you truly understand how crazy that is. Lesbanon, they're just gonna continue their war with Ordros at the moment, it seems. Urea, oops, clicked on someone else there, silly me. Urea, they gotta finish off whoever this is. Mesotapia, ooh, sad Mesotapia. They've been here for a while. They've been a long-lasted kingdom. Stalingrad, on the other hand, this new up-and-comer, gets a medium expand. I want to say, the leader... Here's my lore for you guys. I'll take a shot at this. See, Rolanio, they went peaceful, and the zealous, leader of whatever his name here in Stalingrad, was not about that. So now he goes and conquers the little tiny dudes that were just hanging on by a thread over there. They're still somewhat at peace with Rolanio, but you know, they wanted to conquer, and so they did so. The Hopesayers, they get a small expand though. They're gonna take Coastal City, make it their new capital. Grand Horde, small migration. I guess screw the Chuds, am I right? They just... Oh wait, this one pixel. The Chuds stay alive on this island off the coast. The Horde doesn't know how to swim. Mesotapia, this is not the time for you to be splitting. But we will see Winterpeg pull up in a tropical region. One might question the name, but c'est la vie is really all we can say on the matter. And I'll give them the south here. Give them a nice frosty mint green as their color. Dagestan up here. Honestly, I think I missed their color blended in with the dark gray up there a little bit. So I didn't see them when we were messing around with Frog earlier. But yeah, they barely do anything. The Chuds, how will they respond? They get a large migration. Okay, they're pulling out of the south altogether. They're not about that life. They're actually going to go beat up Castania. They're going to the mountains. Oh my goodness. The Mountain Chud Empire. Nelson. Wait, what? Oh, they had like 1 pixel. Oh, it was a Hirachi all over again, except not nearly as cool. Down here in Old York, they do things a little differently. They take that river, and maybe get this white region, and they're gonna go for the lake, the Serendipity Lake, as it has been come to known. Wait, that didn't sound right. Has come to be known. There we go. Wait, Neocaria, please. Okay, small expand's better than a split. I'll give them that. Now, first things first, they gotta take Riara. I think that's the next step. They've got really the core cities. They don't have Neocaria, the city, which is a little embarrassing, but I wouldn't say it's necessary to form the Neocarian Empire, if you catch my drift. Fi, what do they focus on? What is Fi gonna focus on? Maybe take Yearsphere. It did used to be theirs. Probably, you know, this is definitely like a ginormous city. Just thinking about it. Charcon gets Build Fort. That's so funky fresh that we are even gonna use. Oh wait, where's the thing I wrote the lists on? Found it. Don't worry, it's not gonna be like that one episode. Harafat. Not hairy fat. Harafat. There we go. Beautiful. So sorry it had to be in the middle of nowhere, but it's on the map. Ferez. Ooh, they split too. And so we're gonna see Durnston. Grr. I don't know. That gave off like an angry name vibe. But we'll give them out here in Morocco. Maybe they just have the coast. They're the non-freaky weirdos who don't completely want to just live with sand and nothing else. Riemann. Okay, they are going to have... maybe they don't really respond to Portugal, though. I was going to say they do, but maybe they're like, okay, fine. Portugal wants the coast, we'll let them have the coast. Lascarit, coming back here. Ooh, they split, though. But, which name? I think Shirth. Shirth is a beautiful name to give to this nascent nation. And we'll make them a little golden. Show them their golden opportunities that are spreading forth. And I think I'll actually give them Greenland, so we have a nice split here. And I'll just have to figure out where the line ends. Ooh, that's not pretty, but this is how it looked, historically speaking. And then Shirth gets a disaster, and so we'll have them get wiped out from Greenland. Why don't we? And then maybe some up north. There we go. Now they're completely severed. There's no way back to the old world. We have our Native Americans. Dacia spreads faith. What are they? Lumerism. Okay. Who do they spread their faith to? This could... Ooh. I think Stalingrad. See, they're zealous, but they're also going back to their original religion. So now maybe they will turn tail and fight Rolanio to the death. Lesbanon, though, they're gonna finish off Ordros, quite possibly. And who's this red one? Triceradon. Oh no, I liked Triceradon. They might die though. Cephalidium. They get a union. I think it's got to be with Garden. We're gonna. The Garden leaves. The Garden was a weird moment in world history. It just kind of popped up and faded away almost instantly. Ferez. Okay, and now Ferez isn't even Lago, so good thing. What did I call him? Good thing Durnston, split while they could. Aerothreat. This light blue. Okay. Nothing too crazy happens. Lascarit. They settled already, so we're actually just gonna re-roll on this guy, and they get a 4. Where would it be? I want to say over there. This is gonna be the capital, and I don't believe I have more city name suggestions, so I'll just name it Lascarit. And moving on, Mongolia, our empire in the east, they get a medium expand. Oh, they finally reach China and such. This is a glorious nation. Serenium, they get a small expand. Our true empire out here. Serendipity for life. Are we gonna have them focus on Bavaria, or are they gonna try and? I think they'll follow the Nile. They're becoming a upper Egypt of sorts. Bithynia, a union. Oh, Bo completely loses to Bithynia. Oh my goodness, that was so hype. That was a beautiful thing to watch. While they aren't Lumerism, both Neism. That's a funny name. Rolanio, they get a small expand. They're aware this war between them and Stalingrad is gonna happen, so they're gonna be the one to start it. A false flag might have occurred. I don't know. Celatoria, they get a large expand, and let's see them. Maybe take the north here. Get in here. Take Cyclot. There we go. That's a beautiful empire. And they're going again. Another small expand. I guess they'll go all the way to Charkon. They're like, wow, people used to live here and built these cool cities. Little does Charkon know. Del Taco. We're going to see him kill Nelson once and for all. R.I.P. Constantinople will also be taken. Teorum. Origin diverged. Okay. I see you. Aperion gets a disaster. So we'll see. This is gonna wipe them out, and I'll just kind of go in a circle there. Who knows what happened? But there's a very circular area of destruction. And then Teorum splits, and then it has to happen. It's like sadness and despair all rolled into one. That's what I'll say on that front. And so we'll see Taki Belza. And where do we want to? I'll give them the coast. And maybe this southern river, maybe both rivers. And it's looking a little wonky, but trust me, it's a stable country. Pole land. Medium migration. Let's leave this awkward panhandle-esque thing, and maybe just go all the way down. Not all the way down to Bengal, but you've got the idea. Hornum. I think right there they get a small migration. Okay, they do that. Whatever that meant. Gurtistan, medium migration. Maybe they get out of this dangerous region down there, and maybe they push up against Jib just a respectable amount. They're the same religion. They're chill in that regard. But, they want some space, and, that's completely valid and reasonable. Lorraine, they are going to also get a large migration, and one can only wonder where they go exactly. And they come up here, and they take your sphere. And Fit is not happy about it, I'm quite sure. Cephalidium reunited once at last. They get a union. With who? Ooh. I want to say Neo Ishanor. That's where my mind is going. And I think I'm going to do that. The two tribes of Cephalidium and Neo Ishanor merge into one beautiful power in the Mediterranean. The Mirrorians. That name is always such a mouthful to say, but they get a small expand. So I'll let them just go a bit further into East Germany, Poland. Base stack, they get a medium expand. I'll see them take Jean back, the old city, and heck, even Corfu. Why not? They'll get the old borders a little bit, and then they can push against Hornum. Kashor out here, they're gonna build a fort, and of course, in my infinite creativity, they're gonna name it Kashor, and we'll end on 1300 here, so we get 2 more. Mongolia, we'll say, okay, their recent arrival down here in East Asia did some bad things happened. It would be funny to say the Yellow River flooded, but they weren't quite at the Yellow River. So, oh wait, who was this? I should really pay closer attention. Here's what we'll do. Make it black. Look at the faith mode. Okay. It was Taki Belza. And so I will take the faith. Can I select it? And we'll name it Belzite. And I'm thinking it's like an offshoot, a heresy, one might say, of Kushite naturally. And so we'll make it more of a yellow. Maybe they blended with the old sort of indigenous Western way ideas a little too much. Kashor. Okay, never mind. I did say that was going to be the end, so I guess, no, we need one thing to happen. Poland, they get a large migration. They leave the stanky chuds, and they go live in Bengal. The Polanders have a happy ending, once and for all. I say as if history ever ends, as we know it doesn't. But thank you for watching another beautiful episode of History According to Doodle Empires. Here's the faith mode for you, for those who love to see at the end of the video. And then we'll take Serendipity. Nice crescent shape to him. Oh wait, what was? Oh, there's Serendipity up there. Ooh, that's interesting. Everything else more or less the same. Origins, though, we saw some new origins. Humanity still reigns supreme in Europe. I'm interested to see who comes out on top of the something or other civil war. But with that being said, thank you all for watching. I think I said that earlier, but who doesn't love hearing it a second time? Comment down below your name suggestions. I think I forgot to say that in the beginning, but c'est la vie, and I hope you have a wonderful day.